Hi everyone, it's Gail. I am here with a little craft with me. Going to have a play with some mixed media products that I haven't played with for a while. But first I want to say hi and hugs to Joetta, Peggy, Bernadette, and Amy. Thank you so much for watching and for commenting. And as you know, I got a bunch of new stencils at my retreat. And so I decided I was going to have a little play with them. I've got a lot of the ephemera that I made at the retreat. I'm going to have a look at that and see if that maybe needs a little dimension here or there. I have this piece from Happy Mail that I love, but I was thinking might want a little bit of something on it. I have this pile of ephemera that my pal Austin Arnold sent me, and I thought it might be fun to do a little something on that. I also have my pile of embossed envelopes, so I don't know. So we're going to need some drying time in between things. So this may be a two-parter so that I can finish them up after they're dry. I also have book pages that I can turn into journaling cards if we have time. So as usual, I have more ambition than I do time, but there we go. So I'm going to start with this one, and this stencil it's called by Sheena Douglas. Sheena, I guess that's the brand name, maybe. Yep, I think so. A leaf of graph paper. This one's called, and I love this one. I used it a little bit in some of my traveler's notebooks. I just used it with distress ink. But this time I am going to use modeling paste. I have Liquitex here, and this is just a jar I got at Hobby Lobby on clearance. So isn't that happy? So we're just going to play a little bit. And this, let me show you here. This stencil is so cool because, you know, it's got the full side here and then this side. But let's see. So it's like this. But then if I want this corner, I can just kind of flip it over. And so I feel like it gives you lots of options, you know, for direction and stuff. So let's just have a little play and a chat this morning. I'm doing early morning jammy crafting again, because I have a little lunch date with my pal that I used to work with before I went ahead and left her and retired. So we haven't seen each other for a little bit, so that should be fun. And I did not make a video yesterday. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh, what a day I had yesterday. Yesterday was one of those days where absolutely everything goes sideways. So my husband and I were trying just to change a light bulb, simple little light bulb in our guest room. And we do have guests coming, so it was like we kind of needed to get it done. And what happened was we got it down just fine. But once we changed the light bulb and went to get it back up again, oh my goodness, we had a terrible time. It wouldn't fit back up there, is all that to say. Oh, that is going to be so fun. So I'm just going to kind of, can you see that leaf? And what I'm thinking of doing is once they dry, I have these metallic acrylics. What are they? What brand? I'm looking. Deco Art. And this one is Festive Green. It's a really pretty color of green. So I'm thinking about going over it with that. But like I say, it has to be dry. So that's why I'm thinking it may be... I think I want just a little bit right there too. But this gets tricky because you have to hold it up so you don't mess up the ones you already did. Yeah, so anyway, we go to change this light bulb. When we go to put the you know, the cover and stuff back on, it was not going back on. It was like the rod was too long and we kept screwing it up. I don't know. I don't know what it was. Anyway, all that to say, oh yes. Okay. That's going to be fun. That just gives it a little extra texture. So that's really fun. Okay, we're going to set this one aside to dry. And what I'm going to do, let me show you this. I'm going to grab a piece of straw paper out here. And what I'm going to do is, I'll put this on for a second until we get ready to do the next one. But I'm going to clean off this stencil because I think I want to play with multiple stencils. And I'm just going to use a baby wipe and wipe it off. And then it'll go down in the cracks and it'll make a little bit of texture on this paper while we're cleaning it, which is kind of fun. Got a little bit of distress ink there too. And this one, it's important to clean it well. See how that leaves just a little bit of texture? It's important to clean it well because it's got tiny little lines. And so if you don't get the modeling paste out, you start to kind of lose your stencil. And like I said, I'm loving this stencil, so I want to take good care of it. I'm not very good about getting paint off my stencils, but modeling paste, I'm a little more diligent about getting that off. Okay, so this will be our mop-up paper, and we'll just get all sorts of fun texture on that. Okay, so just setting things over there. All right. So I have more to the story, but we have to figure out what we're going to do. I was thinking this one, I would like to maybe do something, maybe just a little something around here and right here, just something little. So let's look at our, at what we've got here. I love this Tim Holtz stencil. It's one of my favorites. I'm wondering if we could just do a little of that. Let's try it. So anyway, rather than, seriously, we spent like over an hour trying to get that dumb thing back on there. And so rather than continue to sort of beat our heads against the wall there, we just, I'm just trying to find one I like. There we go. We went to Home Depot to get a new, you know, bowl and rim and everything for our light. So we go to Home Depot, and we had actually gone to Costco first, and so we had produce in the car. So we were hurrying, of course. And anyway, I was driving because my husband forgot to bring his license. So I was driving, and I was driving our new van, and you know, it's got the backup camera in it, which is so nice. It's so nice. So I, you know, put it in reverse, look in the backup camera. It's all clear. I start to back up and crash. Yep. There was a guy who was backing up also and crashed right into me in my new van. Oh my gosh. So I was just sick about it. I was cussing like a sailor to start off with. And my husband's like, it's okay. It's okay. And I was just like, I looked and there was no one there. Well, the guy that hit me was driving an old Jeep, like, I don't know what the year would have been. I think it's on his information, but anyway, it was an old Jeep, and they're built like a tank. So of course it completely smashed in my tailgate. So we called the police, and kind of had, oh, that's going to be pretty. I hope you guys can kind of see this. I'll either add, see how it shimmers a little bit because it's wet, but doesn't that add a nice dimension? Okay, we're going to set that one aside. Clean off our stencil. So we called the police, and the police came, and it was a policewoman. And gosh, it's been, I mean, I haven't been in a fender bender in many, many years. And it was just kind of cool having a woman police officer, and she was darling. I think her name was Kristen. And she was super kind. The guy that hit me, we hit, I don't know. He was very kind too. He was a very nice man. And because we stood there and visited while we were waiting for the police to get there. So anyway, Kristen comes and takes all our information and everything. And she says, is there anything else I can do to help you to have a better day? Wasn't that nice? I thought that was so nice. So anyway, it was like, well, you could take us back a few seconds to before we actually crashed into each other. If you can do that, that'd be great. Yeah. So anyway, got that done. So my husband and I spent the rest of the afternoon getting an estimate and everything, which was really expensive because they have to replace the whole tailgate, and it is electronic. So there you go. Yeah, there's first world problems. So we're going to be working on getting our van done. Okay, so now if I can go up there, wouldn't that be fun? Kind of blur that line a little bit and maybe something right there. I'm trying to use different ones on each one just because I think that will be fun. And I don't know if this is any fun to watch, but I was hoping to give you a few helpful hints in amongst. So one helpful hint is on my, gosh, I'm sorry. Sometimes these are tough to get in, all their little curly cues, you know. These envelopes that I embossed, what I wanted to tell you about that is with the 3D embossing, it goes so deep. I mean, it really does a deep emboss. It's helpful to spritz your envelope with water first. Of course, you have to make sure that this doesn't stick down. That's an issue. But it helps the paper give without breaking. So there's a little helpful Heloise hint there. Okay, so what would we like on this one? I am thinking I have this Tim Holtz flower one that might be nice. Let's do that one. I kind of wanted something thin that would go straight up this, where these two papers meet. So maybe like that flower. Yeah, I think that might be nice. Okay. I'm probably being paranoid about my modeling paste drying out. It probably wouldn't dry out in the few minutes it takes me to decide what's next, but I'm going to kind of go up on that label a little bit to kind of try and pull everything in. I'm using a tiny little spatula. I have some bigger ones too, but I'm using this tiny one because I knew I was going to be working in kind of confined spaces. Yeah, so anyway, so we had the light difficulty, then the car situation. Then we get home from getting the estimate, and my husband has a letter calling in for jury duty. He's like, no. Oh, which, you know, it's part of our responsibility, but at the same time, it's like, Okay. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. And so once these dry, I'm trying to decide. I'm going to go downwards on this one, and I think I'm going to use that one. Once these dry, we can paint them. I showed you my paint. We could rub a little bit of, ooh, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. Let me show you real quick and I'll finish that thought. So just a little something. I just think this is fun playing. Okay, let's clean it off. Anyway, you can also use Inca Gold, which I will do in part 2 if we can do that. Anyway, so Inca Gold, you could use just distress ink over the top. You could watercolor, can use, like I showed you, the acrylics. You could use gelatos, and maybe what I'll do in the next one is kind of use a little bit of, do one on each, kind of like we're doing different stencils, and then that way you can kind of see how they each work. See how that's leaving a little texture on my straw paper? That is fun, because then next time I go to use some for collage, it'll have some already built-in texture to it. Okay, there we go. That one's so delicate. It kind of bends and everything. Yeah, so anyway, all that to say, I haven't had a glass of wine since my retreat, and last night I had myself a big old glass of wine. I was like, seriously, I need to settle down. I'm thinking about something right there on this one. But I'm thinking if I do anything, I'd probably want to do these leaves. Just the little leaves coming down. I think I might do that. I think I'm going to use this stencil all the time. I love it. Love it. And this is one I got from Jen at the retreat. She had, I think I told you guys, she had brought a suitcase full of stamps and stencils from her store. So once again, if you want to check them out, you go to her website, which is www.dreams, etc. Dreams with a Z. Okay. Oh yeah, that's just enough, isn't it? It's just a little. Just some little leaves hanging down there. That's fun. Okay. Okay. I want to use some of the other ones too. I think on Austin's, I might be able to use some of the other ones. Okay, gonna have to get a new wipey after this one. Call them into service for probably longer than they should be. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I knew I kind of wanted to do something where I could chat with you so I could tell you about all my trials and tribulations. I don't think I want anything on that one, this one, or this one. Or this one. That one's busy as it is. Unless. Okay, so these I'm going to just set up under some of these drying ones. Okay, unless on this one, what if, I've got to look here to find the stencil I was thinking of. I think I was thinking of this one. I was thinking about putting a circle in there, but I don't think so. No. No. Nope. I think not. Sometimes, well, I don't know if less is ever more, but sometimes you just got to stop. Okay, I don't want to cover this up because I think that's really pretty, but I could do something in that corner. What if we did like a little butterfly? Just a little butterfly, nothing too big. For our little bunny journaling card. See, I gotta look. I think the middle one would be about the right size. So let's do that. It's kind of hard to see. It's on text, and so it's kind of hard to see. So we had a thunderstorm last night. I mean, I almost hesitate to say because the Midwest has been hit so hard with things, but it was quite a loud and scary one. What's scary for me, for us, is we live in the woods, so okay, he's just tiny, and he's just over. Yeah, I think you can see him pretty good. Yeah, so just added a little butterfly on that one, and that's kind of all we need. Okay, that is getting into that. I have to rearrange all my drawing here. Okay, yeah. So anyway, it was right. I had just turned off my iPad and was going to go to sleep. And it just started. It started and it was flashes that just were like huge flashes, and then yeah, yucky. I used to love thunderstorms. I always was kind of fascinated by them until I moved to the woods, and a thunderstorm can turn into a forest fire pretty quick. So I don't like them as much anymore. Okay, there's that one. All right, put that one back. And I have some of the decorated envelopes too. And so okay, that one. The only thing I could think is maybe right here. So maybe we'll see if there's something that would, wonder if I could do these those little things. This one's called, oh, sorry, I haven't been telling you what these are called. Let's see. I told you the first one. This Tim Holtz one is called Flourish Layering. Flourish Layering. This Tim Holtz one is called Wildflower Layering Stencil. And this one is a TCW Rebecca Meyer Mini Specimens. And then this is also TCW Rebecca Meyer Mini Receipt. So my best, I mean, some of these I've had for a while. So my best advice is just to do a search on Etsy or Amazon or wherever you shop for TCW Stencil Mini Receipt or something like that. Okay, so what I'm wondering, oh yeah, that could be kind of neat. See how that does. Let's just see how that does. This one with the embossing, so it's going to have texture for days. Sticking to it. Yeah, so anyway, that was last night. So it was just like this weird day, and it's like you go to bed and think, okay, tomorrow's going to be better. I'm just going to do a little bit of that writing across the top too, just because. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Ooh, it's squished underneath, but it's okay. It's okay. It's a little messy. It's not as clean. See right in here how it's squished under the stencil a little. I probably wasn't holding it tight enough. I mean, it should all be crisp like that, but that's okay. It's a grungy envelope anyway, right? So let's set that up there and clean off. Yeah, and we're supposed to have the thunderstormy stuff all weekend, so we'll see. It's not storming right now. It's just cloudy out this morning, but it's supposed to be evening. You know, a lot of times they come in the evening. So yeah. And well, and then the other thing was all that storm was going on, and there were sirens like crazy. We live, oh, probably how far? Probably probably 7 or 8 blocks distance from the hospital. So we do hear sirens a lot, but it was like multiple vehicles. And so I was like, oh gosh, did a fire start? I hope not. So yeah, it was one of those nights. All right, so this one, I don't think, this is the fabric one that I made at the retreat. I don't think I want anything on it. If anything, what about that rose right there? What the heck? Let's put one of those on there. And, you know, we could leave it just white, and then it doesn't, then it wouldn't be competing as much with the paper, right? So I just decided today that I thought I just want to have a play with some of my mixed media products I haven't done in a long time. So that's what I'm doing. I've been working really hard on getting stuff ready for my Etsy. Hopefully by the time you see this video, we'll have listed some things. I hope. It's a process. Okay, well that's kind of nice. Look at that. Just that little rose right there. I hope you can see it. I don't know if you can, so I'll just sit this over here to try. Yeah, so anyways, today I'm going to get the listings all done for my journals that, let's see, this will air on Sunday, so my journals will have gone on Etsy yesterday on Saturday, so that will have happened. But I also have a lot of supply sort of stuff that I just need to get on the Etsy. So because really I've been working on my room, but it is such a disaster, and 2 new big packages of Happy Mail came yesterday, so I need to do a little video on those too. Just, you know, I don't run out of things to do. I just don't, not at all. Okay, I might want more of that stencil. I'm not sure. This one I'm going to leave as is because it's nice and full and it's just fine. This one's rather simple. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave that. And I'm going to leave this one. Okay, so those will just set up there. Let's take a peek at some of Austin's here. Like, look at that one. We could do something in there or up there. Ooh. Was it this one? This one has this little piece. Could we lay the rose in there? We could lay the rose sideways. Let's do that. It's just going to be a bit of a modeling paste day. So I saw on Austin's channel, he had an awesome haul of all sorts of vintage receipts and everything. I said, oh my gosh, you're going to have digitals for days. And he goes, I've been scanning and scanning and scanning. So funny. I can just imagine. Yeah, it's a lot of work to get stuff ready for Etsy. It sure is. You know, it's not like you just pop it on there. It's a lot of time and effort. Okay, so we have the rose down there, which is really kind of cool. I like that. And then, how do we want to do this? I think I want to do that. I want to just split the difference with that brown part right there. Okay, and I have to lift it up so I don't get my rose in there. And let's just do this. So I'm kind of excited to have lunch with my friend today because usually I go to the college and pick her up. But this time she said, can I pick you up? I have something to show you. I'm like, ooh, I wonder what that's about. Okay. So we're definitely going to need to do a little painting on those or something to kind of bring them out. But that one's going to be a fun one to play with too. Okay, I'm running out of drying room, everybody. So let's see. Can I slide you in there? Yes. Okay. So yeah, so she's gonna pick me up, and I know they were kind of talking about moving. They had their second child, and you know how sometimes your very first place doesn't quite accommodate child number two. I think that's where they're at. And so so anyway, I think they might be thinking about a new house. So I'm wondering if they took the plunge and if she's going to show me a new house or something. I don't know. We'll see. So this paper's getting to be kind of cool with wiping it off. There we go. Yay. Okay. All right. So what else? I'm going to put that on for a second while I go through Austin's. Let's just decide what might like something on it. Well, this one is pretty thin. I think I'm not going to do that because it'll make it bumpy and hard to write on. And I already did some spraying on it the other day. So I'm wondering if we could put something there. This one again is thin and we've stenciled a little bit, so we'll pass that one by. Ooh, this guest check. We could do something with this side, couldn't we? Not sure what, but so this one's gonna stencil. This one I may add more collage to too. And same with this one. This is just a fun little tag. Don't know. If I don't know right off the bat, I'm just going to set it aside. I knew I was going to want to play with Austin's stuff again. I think I'm going to keep this side, and I think I'm going to put something that can be written on right there. So we'll do that one a little bit. This one, we'll go ahead and do something down here. I think that might be a little collage first though. This one we could just do some stenciling on. This one we've kind of already done. I'm wondering though if another layer would be fun on that one, I think. Okay, that one's a little thin. Okay, this one. This one. I'm not sure what to do with that one, so I'm going to set it aside for now. Set it aside for now. And set it aside for now. Okay. Okay, these ones I'm just going to set somewhere over here on this table that's full of drying stuff. Got a little on my glass plate as per usual. Let's see, what time are we? We're 6:36. Okay. I think I'd like to do something with these and get them drying for. I definitely am going to do a second part to this because we're running out of time. Okay, I think I'm going to use this. The next stencil I'm going to use is this Anna Griffin one. This Anna Griffin one, and it's called whatever. I think that's the word for stencil, somebody said. Ironwork stencil. Okay. So anyway, that's Anna Griffin. And what I'm thinking I want to do is just completely cover this one with this. So I'm going to put that right like that. Nice and straight. And we're just going to cover it. That'll be fun. Just get all sorts of gloppy. I'm going to not go completely to the edge, but close. Kind of go over the sewing a little bit, and that kind of will integrate that in. Okay, I was going to call this video something mixed media, but I think I'm going to call it modeling paste because that's all we're using here. Just like icing a cake. And it's another one of those things where irregularities are just fine. It just adds to. I think I want a little bit down below here. Okay, see how we did. It's stuck. There we go. Ooh, that's kind of cool. It's got all those layers behind, and now it's got this layer of, so I don't know if I want to do anything color-wise with that or not. We'll see. You know what would be kind of cool, I think, is copper metallic. So we might do that. Okay, where are we going to put you to dry? Okay, I found a spot. I had to stand up to do it, but I found a spot. Okay, let's clean this off. I'm just going to go kind of over the top of some of the first ones that we put out. Okay. What's great though about doing it this way is you're not wasting any modeling paste. You know, you're creating texture on another piece of paper. So Yeah, I need a new one. That one's, I can feel the grits. So, ooh, that's kind of cool. Okay, let's do up here, inside. There, I think we got that pretty good. I'm going to leave it out to, ooh, there's just a little more on this side. Because like I say, that will, if you leave the modeling paste, it will sure mess up your design after a while. So, okay. I was going to say something now. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I know. I was going to tell you because I know somebody will ask, what is modeling paste? What's it made of? A matte, opaque preparation of marble dust and polymer emulsion. Now you don't know any more than you did before I told you to. Do not mix with oils. Yeah. And this one is going to dry harder. There is such a thing as flexible modeling paste too that will bend more. But okay, so we're going to put something on this. How about these? That could be fun. This, oh, sorry, this one's TCW again, mini correspondence, and it's Rebecca Meyer Designs. Okay, I really like the pen and ink. So let's do that down there, and then I think I'm going to put word up there. Thanks for playing with me today, because that's all I'm doing is just having myself a little bit of a play. And modeling paste will dry out on you. I actually had another bucket of it that I had to throw away because I hadn't used it and it was icky. So have to kind of keep that in mind. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, and then I want to put the word right here. Cool. That's fun. Might just leave those white. So what do we want to do right here? We could do that. Ooh, I just really don't want to mess up my feather though. So I'm going to just go from there. Okay, well, that's all we're going to do right there. Okay, well, that's fun. It's really fun. Looking at it, deciding if I want anything else. You know what I think I might do? Have a little more modeling paste right there. I wonder if I can do this. Might as well challenge myself whilst on camera. Yep. Cool. That one turned out great. I really love that. Okay, let's see. Gosh, if I didn't have 14 million projects, you know, like a baby book, all my Etsy stuff. It's just like, oh my goodness, everything is everywhere. Okay, I don't want any words on that one. So let's clean it off. Hope I've been in camera all this time. I hope. Okay, gotta scrub that off. I feel like I'm running out of spots that I want to use to clean off because it's just looking really cool right now. I had such a great dream this morning. I was dreaming that I was at the ocean with my kids and my grandkids. What a great dream. I told my husband when I woke up, I said, I dreamt about being at the ocean with the kids and the grandkids. He goes, let's go. Yeah, well, I mean, we might be free to go, but our grandkids are coming next week for basketball camp, so they're not exactly free. Yeah, that should be really fun. Each of the two girls are bringing a friend, so I so admire those little friends. That's so brave. I don't know if at 11, 10 and 12 I could have done that, but we try to make it fun for them, and the good thing is they're tuckered out after a day at the camp anyway, so I think this one, which is mini heart key, I think I'm gonna put the heart right there because we've already got kind right there. So I didn't put that on there. Austin put that on there. So Austin must have the kind stamp too. That's my favorite stamp, Austin. I use it all the time. You probably know that. Okay. Fit right there. Yeah, it will. Yep. Get myself not to the bottom. Sorry if I've been off camera. I've been concentrating on what I'm doing and maybe not concentrating on staying on camera. Okay. Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I'm not going to put anything there because if we put something in the pocket, it will be there. So let's get the paper out. Where would be a good place for my heart? Maybe right here. I really kind of want it to show up, so I'm really giving it the once over. Yeah, and then I think what we'll do is collage a bit over these other tags that Austin sent, and then maybe we can determine whether they need a little something or not. Okay, well, that paper has turned out really cool, I will say. Okay, try and get myself wiped up a little bit here too. Thank you, modeling paste. That was fun. I had the gesso out too, but didn't end up using that. Okay, I was gonna lift this up so you could kind of see how the straw paper is taking that on. Isn't that kind of cool? And then that'll just add another little dimension when we use this for collage, right? I'm going to set that up there to dry. Put this away, and then actually I'm going to let that dry and set those aside. Okay, so let's grab our bin of scraps. I better check my time as well. Oh, I've got about 10 minutes. That's okay. We can do crazy things in 10 minutes, right? Okay, I've got this awesome owl that has German writing under him. That's one of the things I was getting ready for my shop with some foreign language papers. So, let's see. What do we have that would be fun? Ooh, look at these. These are... I'm just thinking, you know, I want to keep all of Austin's stitching and everything. Okay. I'm going to move these embossed. We didn't do anything with those. Just set those up here. Same with these. Got one dry in here, which is a bad idea because my arm could hit it. So I'm going to put that. Okay. Okay. All right. Ooh. Globbo glue. Smooth that out a little bit. Put that right there. Maybe those on a different one. I like that washi. Let's put that there. Tear it a little more. Kind of working on all these at the same time. Just want the edges torn. And I want the edges distressed, of course. I didn't on that one, but that's okay. Not very consistent, am I? But this, Austin has this heavily distressed. So what I'm thinking is doing like we did on that other one and maybe putting that down. I have one other thing I'm going to grab to put under there. And that is my little drywall tape that I got at the flea market. Right. Just kind of put that there too. Wow, where's my scissors? I was doing fussy cutting last night. There they are. I really kind of wish you guys could see me trying to get around in here. Oh my gosh, it's just so little. So little. Granted, I have way more stuff in it than I should, so that's part of the problem. I get that, but oh my goodness. Yeah, there's no part of my husband that thinks I need a bigger craft room. I think he knows I just have more stuff in it. So I can agree. I can agree with that. I'm sure he's right. Okay. So then I think that one is ready to, ooh, maybe the oohoo's not going to hold that on top of that mesh. Might have to glitter glue it if it's not going to. Well, and maybe it is. Just needed me to hold it for a second. There. Yeah. Oh, nope. Look at it's lifting up. Okay, well. Alrighty then. If you're going to be like that, we're just going to slather you with this stuff. That's why I have my 3 go-to glues, though, is because, you know, one that works perfectly for one thing might not work the best for another. So, no big deal. We have options. And one thing about the art glitter glue is it does grab quickly. Okay. Yep. Perfect. Okay. We might I mean, I'm torn because that's a lot of good writing space there. So maybe we'll put a little stamp of some sort there. That would be cute. Ooh, I have an idea. Okay, so much for collaging. Squirrel! We'll do some more of that when we get back together. Let's see. Oh, and I wanted to say, because a gal asked me to tell her what this stamp was, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the stamp. It was in with my stencils, is why. It is, the brand is Ruby Rocket, and it's called Bolt. So there you go. But I'm thinking about putting a little stitching on this, right? Austin's got it black stitched around, so let's put a little. I haven't used these stamps yet, so that's a fun thing too. We're just using all the stuff that I haven't used yet. I just think I might like, I don't know, either that one or that one. I'm thinking the middle one here. Oof, if I can get it off. So funny when they're new, isn't it? How hard they are to get off of the acrylic. And then up here, I have a long block. This is Tim Holtz block, I believe. So we can pop that on there. Excuse me if I wiggle the camera whilst inking. We'll just see what that does. That could be fun. That gives it a little something. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yes, I love that. Okay, I want to do right there as well. And we may not stencil this one. It's just making me happy just as it is. Yep. Yeah, that's fun. I like that. Thank you, Austin. Thank you for these wonderful tags. I've just had so much fun playing with them. Oops. Brand new stamp. You know, I gotta wipe it off. You know I'll be not wiping it off soon enough. So just put that, try and put that back on there. Put that back in. So I hope whoever asked that question, I hope that you see this video and then can look for this. I got this from Jen as well, but I didn't see it on her site. So I'm not sure if she sold out of that or something. But you might be able to find it somewhere else. So that one is all ready to rock and roll. I love it. I better check the time. Oh, yep. We're right in an hour. So I better stop. And when we get back together, we will look at some of these that we have done. Yeah, that's nearly dry. So next time we get together, we'll do that. Yeah, and I may have, in between times, I may have a happy mail. I'm just not sure how time's going to go today. But anyway, thanks so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you had fun. I sure did. I got myself a little messy, and I had a great time. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.